More on Gavin Newsome.
Another election. You think for a second you want... I have 24 Trump 2028 hats. His folks keep sending me.
And you think he's going to run again?
No, don't give me. You don't. Who spends $200 million on a ballroom at their home and then leaves the house?
Say the same thing.
This is serious, guys. This is serious.
Every single person laughing in that room is completely out of fucking touch with what conservative circles are saying.
There is one God. This God creates nations. He gives all nations the same rights. The idea that there are two kinds of people, those with rights and those without.
If you don't recognize this, this is a translated speech from one of the worst authoritarians in world history. This is mainstream now. The purity tests have to stop. This isn't a fucking game. This isn't for clicks. This isn't for likes. This isn't a joke. The situation that we're in is incredibly fucking serious.
I don't think Donald Trump wants another election.
What you say?
I don't know about MAGA. I don't know what MAGA talk is. Like, I'm guessing that's just like
MAGA
MAGA people
TikTok.
on TikTok. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see the play too. I see it. Like he said, nobody builds a what he said $200 million ballroom in a house that they plan to leave. It don't happen. It just don't happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
When I heard that, I said, "Oh, he ain't trying to leave.
No.
Why would he build that?"
he ain't got no plans on leaving. But I think it's incumbent upon the Democratic leadership to stop talking about what's going on and start putting some action out there and combating it. We still don't know who's running for president in 2028 on the Democratic ticket. That's a problem because they're saying that Trump is going to be there. And if it's not Trump, it's going to be J.D. Vance. They got their people lined up. We have nobody. And we're going to wait until it's 2027, going into 2028, to figure out who's going to run for president on the Democratic ticket. That's a problem. It's been a problem for the last 10 years. Since Obama, the Democratic Party has been a shit show. So, I mean, it's not us. It's not us because we always the black community is in uproar. Democratic voters are always in an uproar. But the people that we vote in just bow down or back up as soon as some controversy hits. Oh, we want to take the high road. What? What are we talking about? This politics. When does politics ever? Where was there ever a high road in politics? There was never a high road in politics.
Never.
So.
Never. All right, let me hit you. So, did you hear about them bombing the drug boat? Toward the United States? It was 11 men. So here's some. And instead of arresting them, they bombed it.
Can you give us a sense of what the U.S. policy or what you're trying to achieve with the aircraft carriers or the boats, I should say, in near Venezuela, and also the boat that you mentioned yesterday where 11 people were killed? What was found on that boat, and why were the men killed instead of taken into
On the boat, you had massive amounts of drugs. We have tapes of them speaking. There was massive amounts of drugs coming into our country to kill a lot of people. And everybody fully understands that. In fact, you see it. You see the bags of drugs all over the boat. And they were hit. Obviously, they won't be doing it again. And I think a lot of other people won't be doing it again when they watch that tape. They're going to say, let's not do this. We have to protect our country, and we're going to. Venezuela has been a very bad actor. They've been, as you know, they've been sending millions of people into our country, many of them Tren de Aragua, some of the worst gangs, some of the worst people anywhere in the world in terms of gangs. And we had some in Washington.
Can you give us a sense of what the U.S.
In D.C., we took care of them very quickly, but they're out of here. They're gone. But Venezuela has been very bad, both in terms of drugs and sending some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world into our country.
So, I don't know.
Are we mad about that? I'm not particularly upset.
I'm not mad, but in the Constitution, there is a thing called due process.
Well, that's
So we start slowly taking it away.
and he got a presidential immunity for anything he does, but it's just crazy.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
Can't take away due process for anyone.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they weren't wrong to go and arrest them and stop them from bringing drugs here. Of course, I would want that, right? But due process. And the thing is he's a liar. How do we know that's what it was?
Right. We don't know. And I also think that there's a misconception that drugs only come from south of the border. Don't get me wrong. A lot of drugs come from south of the border, but there's drugs that come from out
There's
west
more
too.
drugs come from here that go south of the border.
I'm just saying, drugs come from everywhere. There's drugs that's coming in on these massive ships that's coming from overseas, not from the south. They coming from Europe. They coming from European countries. They coming from China. Coming from Asia. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Venezuela ain't the only place that's bringing in drugs. And once you hyper focus on them or south of the border, now there's more drugs coming in from the other way.
Because didn't opiates come from like Vietnam when those people were hooked on opiates when they came back?
Absolutely. When you talk about the poppy seed, not the poppy seeds, but the heroin and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Drugs don't just come from south of the border, people. That's all I'm saying. And that's all we hear. Venezuelans are bad. They're drug dealers. Mexicans bad. Drug dealers, cool. Cartels are bad. We know that. But, I mean, Italian mob is bad, too. The Irish mob is bad. Asian gangs are bad. You know what I'm saying? All of that is all in the same bag. So if we're going to fight drugs, the war on crime, the war on drugs, we got to fight it all the way around the board. The same thing with immigration. We deporting Venezuelans and Mexicans. What about the Russians? What about the Slovenians? What about just European white people who come over here illegally and get overlooked? What about them? So, but this is America, right?
This is America. Okay, so this is kind of sick, so I'm going to play this for you.
Mark, would you like to say a few words about the company?
Well, thanks for hosting us. And this is quite a group to get together.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor to work here at the White House and to work for you.
Very grateful for your administration support.
We look forward to working together, and thanks for your leadership.
We're so grateful for that support.
Thank you so much, obviously, for bringing us all together and the policies that you have put in place. Thank you very much. And also, I wanted to thank Madam First Lady for hosting.
I want to thank you for including me this evening. It's incredible to be among everyone here, particularly you and the First Lady. I also want to thank you for helping American companies around the world. I want to thank the First Lady for focusing on education.
First of all, to echo the comments of Tim and others, thank you so much for getting us all together, and thank you for being such a pro-business, pro-innovation president.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you for incredible leadership, including getting this group together.
Thank you, Bill. That was very nice.
Hated it.
What is this? This is the definition of white privilege. And people are going to say, oh, there's a brown person in there. But let's be clear. Let's be clear. In America, there's white people and there's black people. Right? So Asians, any type of Asian, and any type of European.
Hold on. There's white adjacent, and black people.
But that's what I'm getting at. Any Asian or any European country is white or white adjacent. Everybody else is black. So we gotta be clear on that. That table is full of whites. That's the definition of white privilege. And those people at that table are the people who control everything that we see on a day-to-day basis. Google, Microsoft, Apple. I don't even know who else was there.
Open
AI. These are people who are controlling our future.
Meta, Google.
These are the people who are going to make sure Donald Trump wins in 2028. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my thing. I need a shower after watching that. It's so cringy.
Man.
So cringy. I feel like my tongue got shit on it now.